Hello, team, and welcome to episode 23 of Creative English. Get ready, go! Team, I'm going to open with a question. Did you like your Portuguese teacher in school? All right, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I asked this to all of my students, and I think it was more related to what part of the week. My students, like on Friday, they're like, yeah, cool, but I think it was because it was Friday. And Ms. Joyce, she's always happy. So she was like, yeah, I loved her. But most of my students said no. And some of the students who did like their Portuguese teachers still said they hated the class. And I think this was because Portuguese is meant to exclude. It's not a language that is meant to bring people into the Portuguese group. What it does is set a lot of rules that make it, you know it, you don't. And we kind of separate these two groups. English is the opposite. It's about inclusion. And if it makes sense, it counts. Why am I mentioning this? Often a student will ask me a question like, does this make sense? Is this the way that they say it? Ignore that doesn't make sense. Is this the way people say it? I don't know. Some people, maybe it's the way you say it. And what's most important, does it follow the basic English rules? Does it make sense? Will the other person understand it? Because if all of these are true, yes, 100%, nobody can take this from you. I'm mentioning this because today we will be talking about one of the most flexible words in English, which is get. And if you go online, you'll find hundreds of different uses of get. But when you condense it into a little ball, I can really only think of two core elements to get. We have the acquire aspect. If I say I got this pen, maybe I got it from the table. Maybe I got it online. Maybe Patricia got it for me for Valentine's Day. She said, you deserve it. Here, I thought of you. This is your pen. Maybe Lise got it from the other room. Maybe I borrowed it. I got it. Maybe I got it. I borrowed it kind of permanently from a friend. But what we do know is that I didn't have a pen, and now I do. So get has that acquire aspect. And if you are talking about acquiring something, you should be able to use get. Are there other options? Of course. I could have said I bought the pen on Amazon. I picked up the pen. Patricia gave me the pen. Lise brought the pen from the other room. I borrowed the pen. But I can also use get almost like a joker in all of those places. That's one. Number two is the transitional aspect of get. So you can see I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Today it is cold. I woke up and I really didn't even want to take a bath. It's cold. It's like, but I did. Don't worry. I know you can't smell me, but I did. And I say, it is cold. Nothing changes. It was cold in the morning. It's cold now. But if I say, it has gotten cold, it is getting cold, it will get even colder. It got cold yesterday. All of a sudden, there's a transition. The temperature was hotter, and then it lowered. You can almost see the thermometer going down. So get has that transitional aspect. And this example that I gave you right there is related to adjectives. It's almost like to be's cousin. Because where you can say to be, it is cold, she is nice, it is funny. You can also use get. The movie gets funny in the middle. The dinner, at first I didn't like it, but it got nice. Started to enjoy it. And we can use get to talk about transition. A lot of things are transitions, I agree. But look at this. If I get up, I was seated, then I'm up. If I get to work, I was outside of work, now I'm at work. If I get in the car, I was out of the car, now I'm in the car. So get should have one of these contexts, either an acquire aspect or a transition aspect to it. And I think if you can understand those, you can go a lot further in your English journey than if you just memorize a list. So let's take a look at some examples. Congratulations on getting here. You were not here, now you are. We've gotten through many little words. Think about a difficult week, and then you had a test week at school, and then you got through it. Oof, it's the weekend. It's time to get to the last word. It can be a metaphorical place. It does not need to be a physical place, like get to the office and get to the last word. To get its own class. Yes, little get. It received its own class. It acquired a class. Now, you've probably gotten what word I've been getting at. You've probably gotten, just like my child, did you get it? Got it? All right, so you've probably gotten what word I've been getting at. Getting at's a good one. So let's say that your spouse is like, oh, we haven't ordered that cheesecake from that place in a long time. Yeah, we've been really good with our diet. Maybe we deserve a prize. What are you getting at? Do you want to order the cheesecake? So where are you arriving? So get ready. Imagine before a meeting. Everybody's talking, gossiping, then, guys, time to get ready for the meeting. To get this word down. It's like, I mastered this, and now it's easy. I got this word down. So that when you expression of the week, get the nod. What does that one mean? Well, let's break it down. Nod. Shake your head, nod your head. When you get the nod, means to be chosen for something, usually something kind of difficult. Imagine a penalty kick and says, you're going to kick the ball. Maybe there's an important client just walked in the door. You, go talk to them. I want you to resolve this. So when you get the nod, you've got your gets under control. And of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit here, but you could get your dog under control, get a situation under control. It's not in control, now it's under control. Or at least enough to get by, to survive. When you say get by, you pass with the right amount of points. It's enough. I don't need to be an English master. I just need to get by. I've heard this one before, and then they spend a few months with me, and then they decide they want to become English masters. I love it. As a bonus, today, Friday, will also be the 20th anniversary of when I got to Brazil. So there we go. Today, it will be 20 years, June 13, 2025. Me and the iPhone arrived together. And we'll be talking a little bit about moving. All right, team? So I have this quote by Dream from the Sandman. Don't watch Netflix series. It is awful, but I do recommend the comics, the graphic novels. They're one of the best. I think one of the best series I've ever seen, the Sandman comics. So we have this warm-up activity, and I asked my students to bring an example of get, and I would ask them, could you substitute get for another word? Usually you can. Usually there's another word. Get is flexible, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other options you can use as well. What does dream mean by the price of getting what you want is getting what you once wanted? Leave that one for you guys. Do you agree or disagree with the statement? Now, I've mentioned everything in the grammar point earlier, but to go over, I've separated it into two categories. For you to use get appropriately, it should be about acquiring something, or it should be about a transition. To receive, his girlfriend got him a puppy. To buy, Arnold got the Switch 2. Hopefully I will play Mario Kart with him this weekend. Pick up, let me get my wallet. I'm ready to go. To receive a service, team, even natives say this one wrong. Oh, I cut my hair. No, you didn't. Unless you got in the mirror, at least did this once. The results are awful. She will never get bangs. But you get a haircut. You get a massage. You get a surgery. You get help with something. Any type of service, you're getting it. All right? To score, you get a grade, you get an A, you get a 10, you get some feedback. To get sick, I got a fever the other day. You get a cough, you get a cold, get COVID. It's a cool one. To get an opportunity. So I saw Lisa's dance this weekend, but as soon as I include this, I got to see, it's like I had the opportunity to see Lisa's dance. Really cool. My mom came from the US, and she actually got to dance with Liam. Very cute. Confirm understanding. Did you get it? Got it? Good. So pick an interesting object near you. Where, how, why did you get it? Try to include at least 3 gets. So I got this gumball machine from Lise. Really, she got it from her grandmother, but we decided it would look better here so that you could desire some gumballs. And if you ask me, I'll get one for you. All right. And part 2 is about a transition. If you ask me, I think it's even more important because a lot of these are a type of transition. But to become, get plus adjective. Number 1, most important, you cannot survive in English without this. In Portuguese, we often have one word that resolves this. In English, you need to use get. To arrive, you go somewhere, then you get somewhere. To get up, in this cold weather, everybody loves getting up. To get to know, team, this is a mistake I hear every single day almost. So in Portuguese, know can be an action or a state. In English, it is only a state. Either you know or you don't know somebody. But if you're talking about the process, it's about getting to know. So I will get to know Florianopolis in August. I have never been there. I know Rio. I've been there a few times. So the process of getting to know a person, a place, a new role, if you get a new job. To induce, to get somebody to do something, to convince them, to induce them. Come on, oh, it'll be so much fun. Let's go. All right. To get to doing, we kind of have this one in Portuguese. Imagine you're there on your phone. Oh, just one more TikTok, one more TikTok, one more TikTok. Wait, I need to study. So you get to studying. Poof, hard transition. You were doing something else, time to get to studying. And sorry, if you're following this from last week, one more exception of to before ing. To get through. You were going, like I said, it was a rough week, and then whoof, you got through it. To get over. Oh my God, I loved her so much. And then you meet somebody else and you get over the person. Transition from person A to person B. And like the series, how to get away with murder, to get away with something. So let's say that I eat the last piece of cake and I'm like, oh my God, I hope the girls don't notice, and they don't. And I say, yeah, I got away with it. I ate the cake. This did not happen. They are the cake eaters. But talk about something that was difficult at first, but got easier with time. I would say that running got easier for me. I started running during the pandemic. I would get up on Monday morning and run around the lake. And it got easier with time. But it got easier, then it got harder, then I think it got easier again. And now it has gotten to be a part of my life. That's my answer. 3 gets for you as well. Our main activity to get the story going. So this is obviously better with more people, but it's this activity that we're doing about including gets. And the way I would like to do it would be, so I was at the supermarket and then I decided to get, and the next person continues it, and then you leave it on a get for the next person. See how far you can get. If you can get 5, you pass. Our talking point today is about moving. And I think most people will move in their lives. And I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess there's a certain stability and a cool sense. You know, I've lived here my whole life. I also think a lot of people want to experience different things. It's not about right or wrong, just different. And how frequently have you moved? The pros and cons of moving. What are your main considerations when moving? Where would you move to instantly if the chance appeared? What story? Worst story from a move. What broke? What did you lose? And expectations to move in the future. These are just some points that I brought. Feel free to talk about whatever you want. Talk about your stories. When did you move? How many times have you moved? Did you like it? Do you want to move again? Where would you move to? Simple questions to practice your English. And one more activity. Oh, our $15 move. Yes, we're playing with dollars now. It was highs last week. But you will be moving to a new location, and you have 4 categories to spend your money: transportation and convenience, the weather, nature, your neighbors, and the home. So how will you play this? Take a look at each category without looking at the next category and decide how you will spend your money. For me, excellent subway system. I miss this about New York. So $4 right there. The weather / nature. The weather has distinct seasons, and the sunsets are legendary. Oof. All right, I need to be fair. I know the other ones, but I'm going to pick this one because that's what I would pick. But your neighbors are all polite and you don't have any problems with them. That's mine. For 12, I have $3 left. So I will get a studio apartment with working appliances. It will be tight. I will probably have to work at what are those things called? Where people go I forgot the WeWork. They are co-working. Probably have to go to one of those co-working places, but we're a close family. It'll be fun. At least I don't have to avoid the cold drip and the walls don't cry. Team, that's what I've got for you. I hope you have got your gets under control, and I will see you all next week. Thank you. See you then.